As we continue in the program, I would like for us to welcome a lady who's only been in Nigeria for 6 weeks. So let's welcome her to Nigeria first and foremost. She is the representative of the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria. She's coming to bring us some words from America. And she is the Chief Economic Officer in the Deputy Political and Economic Section of the United States Consulate General, Lagos, Nigeria. So please make welcome to this summit, Ms. Kennis Hill. And please, as she comes, take a good look at her. And because she's one of us, let us determine what part of Nigeria she comes from. When she finishes with her speech, we will rename her.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. I must say, Dr. South, that is a tough act to follow, following Dr. Amal. She was so on point, and I can't wait to be in touch with her because she is very much so like-minded. So thank you for that kind introduction. It's now afternoon, still morning. So good morning, everyone, and happy Nigerian Independence Day. Happy birthday, 62 years young. Congratulations. And congratulations, Dr. Seth, on your 6th annual Purpose Summit here at the House of Purpose. Congratulations, this is wonderful to see you all gathered together on this important topic of youth. It's events like this, focusing on people, passion, and productivity. I love that tagline. Focusing on empowering young people through entrepreneurship are some of the highlights of my work. Is quite frankly my passion. I feel that I joined this life of service, as a U.S. diplomat, to be a convener and to connect people, to be a barrier buster, to connect people with knowledge. And this summit is exactly that, connecting people to knowledge. So I am thrilled to be a part of this summit. Access to networks, resources, and partnerships can help young people overcome obstacles to secure their permanent place in society and employment, and to contribute to Nigeria's economic growth. I like to say I attended a historically Black college and university in the United States, Clark Atlanta University, before I got my master's at Georgetown University. And our motto at Clark Atlanta was find a way or make one. And every day in my 6 weeks here, I have seen firsthand that Nigerians are lively, vibrant, brilliant people who are every day finding a way and making one. I was reading on the way here that 35% of the $4 billion of venture capital investment is right here in Lagos. That's impressive. So what that says to me is that if you can think it, if you can see it, you can achieve it, because there are investors here ready to leapfrog Nigeria and the continent to its next place. Dr. Amal, in her presentation, she talked about those unicorns. I just this week met the founder of Flutterwave, sat next to Funke, who's the founder of Main One. You are the people you've been waiting for. You are the change that you've been waiting for. So what I wanted to just expound upon is entrepreneurs, as you know, have a crucial role to play in Nigeria's economic development by creating jobs that lead to a more prosperous and stable Nigeria. So now I want to transition to a little bit about, the future and what we see as hope. So we just heard how there is promise for startups in the areas of agriculture, uh, education, finance, healthcare, and smart city products. So let me talk a little bit more about what the U.S. Department of State has done to support entrepreneurs. Here, in 2019, the U.S., well, in the United States, in 2019, the U.S. Department of State established the Academy of Women Entrepreneurs, which some call AWE. AWE was established to provide entrepreneurs with skills, resources, and networks needed to start and scale their businesses. In addition to this program, the U.S. government encourages and supports entrepreneurs through the International Visitors Leadership Program, through the African Women's Entrepreneurship Program, through YALI, which I encourage you all to write down YALI. YALI was a program, an initiative created by former President Barack Obama because he saw the promise in Africa's youth. So through this program, launched in 2010, it was to support and it continues to support the next generation of African leaders in business, government, and civil society. They're actually, I don't know if the application process just finished, but I encourage you again to write down the Young African Leaders Initiative so that you can be connected to programming and opportunities to engage with your counterparts in the United States. Because this event is not just to fill you with information, but to build networks. And if you can connect with other African leaders such as yourselves, you can go far. I also wanted to share an opportunity that was here in 2020 at the U.S. Consulate here in Lagos. They held an inaugural one-week event through POWER, which is providing opportunities for women in economic rise. It was a workshop. And during this workshop, 100 businesswomen from diverse backgrounds, and I too have noticed the power of women entrepreneurs here in Lagos, and I am very impressed also to see the women in the C-suite. So women are definitely making it happen here, so kudos to you. And so through this event that I earlier talked about in 2020, the consulate was impressed with the dedication and willingness of all those present to use the various tools that we heard of earlier today to help take their business online and to grow successfully. So moving ahead, me, during my time here, over the next 3 years, I hope to get to know many of you because you'll be the next unicorn. But also, our newly arrived Consul General, Mr. William Stevens, he loves you. And he sees your economic potential, your vibrancy, your brilliance, and he wants to work to help make sure that the United States is playing a role to connect you to those opportunities to secure your futures. So in closing, I'd just like to say that entrepreneurs are a growing market force. You are serving as a critical source of innovation and job creation and fueling economic growth. As I said earlier, you are the change that you've been waiting for. And through programs like these, our two countries can continue to work together towards a peaceful, stable, and prosperous future for Nigeria. I love how Dr. Seth is committed to the advancement and betterment of youth and of the economic progress of Nigeria. I also wanted to share 2 trade programs that the United States is very proud to lead on. AGOA, which if any of you haven't heard of before, is the African Growth and Opportunity Act, as well as Prosper Africa. Both of these initiatives were designed to stimulate and to advance two-way trade between the United States and African countries. I hope that you stay tuned into what we are sharing and broadcasting and are dialed in through our social media networks. so that you can find out about opportunities to work with us and to connect with us, to trade with us, because we want to increase our activity and engagement with you all. And I just want to leave on a note to talk about how I love how Dr. Seth said self-sufficient, reliant, and nation building. I think it was very fitting that Dr. Amal, and I searched it up so that I'm accurate in my, stating, that she used the eagle. And so the United States, our great seal is the eagle. And the U.S. Department of State, if you're ever visiting in the Department of State in Washington, D.C., our headquarters has the Great Seal at the State Department. So it was quite ironic that I got to be here today on your National Independence Day, which is the day that our Great Seal was founded, to be able to share our story of the Great Seal and how it is fitting that it's an eagle, because the Great Seal, the eagle, represents self-independence and self-governance. And those were exactly the phrases, self-sufficiency, self-reliance, that Dr. Seth spoke about. So how fitting. So in closing, I just wanted to thank Dr. Seth, to all the other speakers, the attendants here today that are contributing and have contributed to the success of the summit. I know that it will be wonderful. It will be outstanding. Just since I've arrived, I've seen it grow exponentially. So to the young and upcoming entrepreneurs who are here today, please take what you're learning here today, which is excellent so far, so I know it'll only get better, to improve not just your lives, but to leapfrog the growth of Nigeria. So thank you again for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you very much, Madam, for that encouragement from America. I think you should find out all those things that she talked about, how you can get involved in them. So go to their social media handle and do what you need to do.
I think I was going to say that, part of the reason why you are here is to network. How many of you heard of so many programs she mentioned? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So many programs that she mentioned. I will just appeal, Ms. Hill, is there a way we can just show some of those programs?
Highlight them.
Yes, highlight it, right? Please, let's give her a hand. Let's give her a hand. Right. Yeah, because all that many of us know about American Embassy is what? Visa. That's all. That's all we know. But they are here doing a lot of work. They are doing a lot of work, collaborating with us in Nigeria to build businesses and do so much. But when you hear American Embassy, what? Visa. Today, you have discovered that it's more than that. Please, let's give her a hand again.